For brows, these two products. Yes. I've just got back into using the Colourpop. I don't even remember what this is called because they changed the packaging of this, like, was it feathered brow, or I don't remember what it's called, but I call it just their brow gel. So Clinique's brow gel. And I am halfway through with this. This is just in clear. And it's just, you know, the typical style. You get the little brush here. And what I like about this is, or, you know, it's not new to me. I've already had it. I just noticed I wasn't picking it up too much. But when I went back to using this, I just noticed how fluffy my brows would look. Like, just thicker. It instantly starts to make them look thicker. And I mean, sometimes I'd be like looking at my little magnifying mirror. I'm like, are you growing in size, like right in front of my eyes? But it's so good. It holds my brows in place, which is important because I have curly brow hair. And I just really, I just couldn't put it down. Next is E.L.F. Shape and Stay Wax Pencil. It's called the Shape Pencil. And this is just a twist up wax stick. But what makes this so good, it's the wax texture, period, that makes it just like, are you kidding me? I'm just going to show you how I use it. I think they say you can just like rub it on your hair and all that mess. That is just a big O mess. So what I do is I just take my Colourpop spoolie and see it's just a little stick like that. I push it down enough to where I just go like, I just press it in and make sure that the spoolie gets coated with the wax. And then I just brush it through my brow hairs as if it was a brow gel. And that is what really, come on, Mirror. This is what really straightens out my hair, gets them to lay down because they start going all over the place. And I noticed that it really doesn't start disturbing the product, like whatever I happen to have in my brow hairs. That wax pen has just became a staple. I leave it in my everyday makeup bag. Let me know if you want to see a video on like my everyday, I call it my everyday makeup bag, but it's really also like if I had to go, I knew everything is in here to do my face. Like we're talking the best of the best is in here. So let me know if you'd like to see a video on that. Moving on to the complexion. So it's, you know, really I'm just getting ready here. So I just spritz a little E.L.F. That probably was a lot, right? Oh, I gotta read my verse of the day. Next is my Supergroup Glowscreen SPF 40. I have the shade Golden Hour. Glowscreen has become what I grab when I'm in a hurry. I'm doing my prep, skin prep now. It's become what I grab on Saturday mornings, how I do my face, because I go out and I run my errands and I get groceries and all that. When I go to the mall, when I go to do my Sephora returns, you know, I tend to go to the same mall. And then for some reason I was telling my friend, I go, I notice I'm wearing, like, grabbing the same stuff. I don't know why I thought that, but I'm like, why when I go to do my returns, I always tend to wear the same product. Am I the only odd one who thought that? But it's always a Glowscreen. The Glowscreen, and it's become where I actually told my girlfriend this the other day. I said, you know what? I don't even want to wear foundation anymore because the Glowscreen evens out my skin to the point where it looks like I have foundation on. And then I just do my little spot conceal and I'm done. There is no need for foundation. Okay, I know I'm not the only one who has just in a way, I'm sorry, I need to do this. In a way, their overall outlook and how they do their makeup has maybe changed since we've come out of this whole world being shut down. But I'm telling you, I've noticed a difference with myself, and I'm loving it. So I tend to put it on just like this, so you're gonna see the magic in it. But also, the magic I know with this Glowscreen too is, you know, if you prep your skin well, and it really does produce that beautiful, healthy, that true lit from within appearance on the skin. That's just something that I have noticed, and I can't be without it. I absolutely adore it. Now, sometimes I do add in a little bit of foundation here and there with the Glowscreen, and really, again, not a lot, just a little bit in certain areas. But really just what has impressed me as far as complexion products has been the Neutrogena line. Again, completely late to the party. However, I have been screaming the praises of the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Serum Foundation. I absolutely adore it. This is truly my favorite skin tint. And it's great that this is, affordable, found at the drugstore and so forth. Again, my shade is Deep 1. Sometimes I'll take the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. I really like this one. This is in the shade Cocoa 115. The darker one is, the color is just not as off. So I take the slightly lighter one. It has a big doe foot here, and then mixing just a tiny drop of this, like not even a true drop. It just all blends and disappears into the skin. I'll put some on just to show you. And then the third is the Healthy Skin Anti-Aging Perfector, the medium to deep. What is that in my face? For a second, I thought that was a little spider. Medium to deep moisturizing retinol treatment. So it just depends, almost kind of like what I see. So this comes in a pump. This, I like to think of it as more, almost like that BB cream, CC cream, that, we have those options too. This has more of a tone to it. So I can actually kind of mix this. Are you going to focus? Come on, there we go. With the Hydro Boost. And then again, I don't have to use the Serum foundation with it. So it just depends, on what I want to do. And then the Hydro Boost tint, we'll just kind of do it right next to it. This one definitely runs a lot more neutral. And then of course the Serum foundation, which is very thin, very little coverage, but it has that pigment that will color adjust, and that is what I love. So I'll just do the Hydro Boost and a little bit of the foundation again, just to show you. I just go like this. I mean, barely any. See, barely any. And then I need to get my brush here that I tend to use. This is a true favorite too. It's the NYX, the slanted brush. I can't remember what this is called, something like, I can't even begin to remember what it's called, but I just like it because it's slant. It reminds me of my Tarte slanted foundation brush, which, I had to toss out because it's broke. So again, I just touch like that, and I go boom. And like that, and then 1. So just keep them right next to where I need it to kind of color adjust. I take this, or you can take your fingers, it just depends. And then it just goes and blends right into the skin. I'm telling you, this is enough. This is enough for me. Next is E.L.F's correctors. I don't even think I talked about this. I don't remember. However, the 2 specific colors that I wear. So I wear the blue, that vibrant blue, and then I just had recently picked up I think it's the peach tone, but their peach looks like pink on me. So this, yes, this is where it's at. And again, affordable. Blue one I use every single time I do my makeup. Every single time. Because what I do is I use it on top first on whatever I'm trying to cover up. Like, the little spots are fading, but they're still there. So I take my concealer, my NARS Spot Concealer. I mean, I could do more, but that's pretty much what I do. I don't go all over the place. And then I put this on top, and this with the blue included, it tones down the warmth in this shade here, Amandi, and it turns into the exact color of my skin. And it lays, it really does help this concealer not look, like, if you, I'm dipping into it with my brush here. If you use the soft matte, sometimes it can build up and get a little bit thicker looking, but the texture again of the correctors kind of thins it out. And really, again, all it's doing is changing it into the exact color of my skin. So once again, see, and then it's completely covered. Once again, E.L.F. knocked it out. Just has been making these amazing new products at an affordable price. Not everything is good, of course. The wands, oof. Wait to take those back. I don't have a favorite for the concealers, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then we'll come for my under eye setting powder. Underneath the eyes to set, T-zone, is my Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Blurring Under Eye Powder. This is in the shade medium, and I've been going back and forth with this powder, grabbing it, and really it's because of the swatches. I swatched all the shades, and the way the color looked on my hand, I was like, I don't think so. However, I can't believe how many artists were like, you need to try it. Don't go by the swatches. It really does blur, smooth out the skin. You will enjoy it. So I said, okay, very inexpensive for Black Friday. I will go ahead and try it. And I chose medium because I knew I was just going to pretty much use it for the T-zone. And sure enough, I can't be without it. It is so incredible. It is so light. Feels like nothing on the skin. Doesn't crease, doesn't cake, it is perfection. Next is CoverGirl's Clean Invisible Loose Powder. This was absolutely shocking to me because CoverGirl's prior powder has like shimmer in it. And so I'm so happy. Not only, I believe CoverGirl's now gone completely clean, meaning there's no talc and so forth in the powder, but they removed the shimmer. There's no shimmer. And then there's also, again, multiple shades. So I have medium, and then I went ahead and I grabbed Fair because I was just curious if Fair would give off, again, like that white tone to it. Again, telling you, even if you have darker skin, do not be afraid to go, up in color. And for Fair, there is a lot of powder that has come out of these holes. For Fair is, it's light, but it's that beige. It is that true neutral tone. So this is Fair, if you can see, and then that is the medium. I'm going to use the Fair to kind of dust around my face, but they just disappear. I don't see any stark contrast. I don't see any. I had them stored like this, and maybe that was the reason why. And they're so silky. The texture is just, it's like silk. It is absolutely not cakey, creasy, all that I keep saying. I gotta get the powder off around the sides here. Soft and just melts into the skin. I think I'm gonna be using a lot from this little puff here. So I just wipe off my little brush here, my Real Techniques, and then I can buff it into my skin real quick. And it just, it kind of sets this area too. So I'll just kind of dust it around. The other areas here. That's all I do. That's all I do with it. And it's a really good powder. They did a good job. I zoomed you in. The TV has on all that court mess and stuff in Florida, so I don't want to get copyrighted by showing it. So I sprayed this just now, so after the powder, and that just brings back that glow onto my face. So I already talked about that, almost done. I go through bottles and bottles of Fix Plus. Okay, get my mirror here, and let's move on to the next product. Okay, nothing for contour, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use what I'm using today. This is the Mario stick. Doing a darker one. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm using the Pure Bronzer in Deep. What are the TV shows or movies that you are watching? I am loving From, and I tell you what, I didn't think it was scary. I don't like horror movies, they stay with me. I didn't think it was scary, but I tell you, not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before, I was so scared to get out of that bed. That show, I'm not doing any spoilers, but I remember I'm just laying in bed, and I'm just like, okay, just fine, right? But it's the camera angles. The camera people, they know what to do to like keep showing the stuff that's gonna stick in my mind. So I'm just looking and looking, right? And then all of a sudden I go, okay, that's just a little bit too much. So I started seeing myself kind of go, okay. And then the ending, I remember in bed, I was like, and then they showed the ending, I was like, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta get up, B. And my dark hallway, I was like, I don't think I can get up. That was like the first time I literally felt scared. So From is really scaring me now, but it is one of it is one of the best shows, I think, in a long time. So I'm loving that. Every time I wear this bronzer, I'm just reminded of how good it is. This is another product where it broke. And I went out like the next day. I went to Ulta. I said, I need to buy me another one. Like, I cannot, I have to have that in my collection. Blush is next. And I'm really excited to share these findings with you because it's been a very, very special treat. First is from the brand Joah. This is their Air Light Soft Powder Blush. This is in the shade Pink Dahlia. I only have this shade. And I like it because there's actually different finishes. You can get a pink, well not pink, you can get a matte. Then they have some with glitter or shimmer in it. Didn't care for that. But it is so beautiful, soft, like the powder is very soft and it blends very well and pigmented. That's why I really like this. It's a recommendation for my friend because at first I was like, I'm not over there checking for what's going on with this brand, and I got it at CVS and I just couldn't put it down. Then I have from Jason Wu, this is the Clean Beauty Products Blush Palette. So this is a 3-pan palette. There's various shades, but this was in the Target dollar bin, like their clearance, and I want to say it was like $3. I figured, oh, okay, I'll go ahead, obviously, and try it. You know, in true Stephanie fashion, I just go into every color, but it's so beautiful on my skin tone, and another fast blending formula that's pigmented. I immediately thought of my Patrick Ta blush palette, you know, the powders, of course, to go along with this because you know, the tones are so similar. However, it's the formula I feel that can just rival the high-end brand too. And that's why this has become a quick favorite for me, which is rare because favorites for me, I mean, I really take my time. But even though this, I don't believe the palette is available, you have the blush duos from Patrick Ta, but maybe it's not in your budget. You know, for whatever reason, you just don't want to buy from Patrick, who knows? You have another option, and this is a clean formula too, so again, no talc and so forth. So I have been really enjoying this palette. Then I have from CoverGirl, yes, I'm a CoverGirl, the Clean Color Blush. Now, we're going to go back and backtrack because I've already have been talking about how the blush in Natural Glow, this is what I wore in high school as my highlighter. I just wore it all over my cheeks. But see, this is really good. This is good for somebody with very pale skin, you know, very light skin. And on my skin tone, it looks like a highlighter. I grabbed Iced Plum, which I've already been using, and it's a very pretty color. So for my skin tone, Ice Plum works, and that's really the only shade that works. Because the other ones, Soft Mink, which is this one, Soft Mink and then Rose Silk is actually in my cart to get from Target. Again, these are going to just be, the lighter shades are going to be, let me get rid of this tiny little brush here. They're going to be the highlighter shades, just like how I wore them in high school. And you know what? I'm going to dip into every one too. I'm just waiting to get the Rose Silk. So I went ahead and got these two. For application purposes, I'm going to use these two colors here on the end. I'm going to pop a little bit of this on, and I'll put a little bit of the Ice Plum. You might be like, that's way too much. But again, I am a mixer. That's how I use up my products. I dip in everything. That's just me. So, as I'm applying this, I'll tell you the story of why this even came about. And if I could remember her name in high school, she gets full credit. We should be the same age right now. She gets full credit. So, you know when you're in the ladies' room, you know, girls' room in school and in high school, you know, we're over there putting on our makeup in the mirror and stuff. So I just used the restroom and I came out and I noticed she's very, you know, she's very fair skin. You know, I went to high school. The beach is right there. You can see Catalina, like from the football field. So everybody in my high school with blonde, blue eye, desaturated skin tone. Okay, and then you have the little sprinklings of us. You know, the black kids, and then we had the Mexican kids and the Latin kids and stuff. So we all hung out. We all hung out together, right? We all stayed together. So I noticed just like how shiny it looked on her. I remember that's why. Otherwise, I would probably, I didn't know her, so I didn't really talk to her. And so I said, "That looks so pretty on you." And she said to me, she goes, "Oh, would you like to try it on?" And I said, "That's not going to work on me because, it looks really light." But I tried it on and I said, "This looks so pretty, like the glow." So I was into the glow, the radiant look. I knew, I already foreshadowed. And that is what, the same day, I just picked it up and I have been wearing it ever since. Gone through just containers and containers and containers of it. This was the Joah. Then I can just go in to the iced plum, and because the CoverGirl one has a slight sheen to it, I can focus it more so up where I will put on the highlighter and just kind of, as a sense, do it like a blush topper, and it just gives that nice sheen up there. I don't even have to wear highlighter if I want. I just put on the other one, the natural glow. So that's kind of like, I like to drape my blush too, so like the darker one kind of go up here, and then whatever's on the brush, I always put them right up here on that portion of the forehead, again, like where the sun will naturally hit it. I have a favorite as far as highlighter, but I forgot I wanted to wear Melt's highlighter today. This formula has impressed me, like, wow. I wasn't expecting this. So I'm just going to put a little bit on, just a little bit, just because, like I said, I wanted to try it today. Little bit of glow. For lips, I cannot put Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner down in this specific shade. Now, I would suggest just wait for Black Friday. All this will be, we're talking the steep discount. But especially if you're my coloring, the lip liner in cool brown. There's something about this color. It gives, I have just been gravitating to all this honey maple syrup color, the one that is like this, the honey glow color of Mario's Bomb. It's this color. This color, I don't know what is going on. It's like I want it constantly. And this lip liner gives it to me. This gives me what I'm after. So it's a regular pencil liner. So you do need to sharpen it. And which is fine. This is a very creamy formula. I mean, I can talk and put it on at the same time, but it's the shade. This is the exact color, just a little deeper, of that Mario Honey Glow lip balm, which I was saying to my friend last night. I'm happy with just this lip liner and those lip balm glosses. I keep them on this little thing here. I don't care about lipstick bullets anymore. Why should I? MAC has discontinued Touch and my favorite ones. It's like, okay, why bother? So I just don't care about lipstick like I used to. And this is shinier, if not, better than the lip gloss. So that's the point. So much of my style has changed. I actually like it. I am really happy about all these changes. Now for gloss, these two. That's where it's at. These two right here. This is LA Colors. Yes, LA Colors, very affordable brand. But this glossy lips in this shade, Jammin' Jelly. I love saying it, Jammin' Jelly. This formula, first of all, it says moisturizing sheer lip gloss. It's everything that it says. So it doesn't look like the strong tube color. It is so hydrating. I'm so hydrating. And the feel of the formula, it feels like a high-end gloss. That's why I fell in love with it. I'm like, are you kidding me? And it's LA Colors, because most of what I've tried of LA Colors, I didn't like. But this, you can get it at the Dollar Tree. Oh, it smells good too. It smells exactly like, what's the candy? It was right in my head and it flew out. It smells exactly like Starburst. That's it, Starburst. Oh, like a strawberry Starburst. So it has that, the little, what's that called? The little fuzzy applicator, and you just squeeze and the gloss comes out. Oh, so good. I'm telling you, you can get it at the dollar store, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, wherever, and it comes in clear too, which I'm about ready to buy them all up. And if you have a local Daiso near you, Daiso also sells LA Colors. So there's, some different places you can get them. The cap, I got to work with it because I keep forgetting, like, it has to be kind of lined up. But again, for the price, I can't beat it. The formula is so high-end feeling. It's not even funny. And then this is the same thing as far as the feel of it. That's when you got me. When you have a lip gloss, you have any type of lip product that will go on and feel very hydrated and feel just as good as a high-end, you've got me. So this is Undone Beauty's Big Papa. I know when you call me Big Papa. Big Papa Gloss in Peach and Honey. So this is the only color I grabbed, and I'm so happy because, I go, hello, it says honey in it, it said peach in it. And it has that peach smell. Oh, so good, so good. But this is what I'm putting on. This just feels, look at that, so plush on the lips. I mean, again, I am just in awe at how these affordable brands are coming out with this to rival the high end, as they should. Keep them on their toes, right? Keep them on their toes. You can't be slacking just because you're over there at Sephora or something. I love it. Love it. So I recommend this. Undone Beauty I get at Ulta. And like I said, where you can grab that and just wait for Black Friday. It's coming up. It's coming to be here tomorrow. And grab your ABH and your Pat and your Huda and all that. That's what I do. Last will be eyes, and liquid eyeshadow has now captured my heart. I never thought I would fall into that, using liquid shadows all the time, because I'm someone that just loves to blend and blend powder in. But these are they blend just like powder. And if you want to put powder along with it, they merge together and intensify, and they blend as if it is. Now, I have a Sephora recommendation. Do you want to get to the Sephora haul? But About Face is the affordable brand you can get at Ulta. Now, I just got the basic colors that I knew I would wear all the time. So I have Weightless, which is the deep chocolate brown. I have Vintage Grandma, which is that deep plum. I have the straight matte black. Oh, it also comes in shimmer shades too, but I just only got matte. Art of Darkness. And then I have the deep red, which is Scream of Consciousness. Okay, and you go through all these names and you get to red. Scream of Consciousness. I just got this other liquid eyeshadow. Spoiler alert, this is from One Size Beauty. And this is what I'm going to put over my eye first, because I want it to be really smooth and blanked out before I put the about face. So what this will do is, it's much lighter. I just almost kind of use it, you know, kind of like a paint pot, but it's more of just that nice skin tone base for me. I'm going to go in with Weightless now. And then I'm going to go in with because I'm going to focus this color just, you know, the lid and into the crease. I'm going to go in with a smaller Sephora brush, but still like, you know, bigger. So second to biggest Sephora brush now. Again, just I'm going right in onto the applicator to get it on the bristles, and then I just tap it where I want it to be. And that's just my preference, is just to tap it, get it intensified where I want it. God, this mirror is going to be just bugging the heck out of me, but turn it off. And then brush the rest of the excess off, go in and just lightly buff the edges out into the crease. And I tell you, it just feels so good. I tell you, it's just like I'm buffing and blending powder. It's cream. Super fast. Super easy to do. I mean, you can just do the whole one and done like this. Done. Weightless is on. Look at that. That's it. One and done. That just feels so good. Like you can just stay here forever and blend. Mine is this part of the eye right here. I don't know what it is about that part that feels so good. And it's this eye for some reason more so than this eye that gets me. Like I could fall asleep, but it is. I love this little area right here. I'm going to show you the black, what I do. So I take a flatter Sephora brush, or just, you know, take a brush that looks like this. Is Pro Shadow number 10. And I pick it up from the applicator, but then I brush off some of the excess more so on the bottom. And then, just like where you would put your, you know, your deepest shade down here. Now I don't go in, I just barely start touching it like that, okay? And then I go the other side. Oh, you can do that too with these shadows. Like you can kind of set both up. So kind of go like that. Okay. Brush off the excess, turn it around the other side that's like not really covered in product. And then just start patting it. And then this can sit right there and again take its time, because once I get to that eye, it'll be fine. Then I can take the brush that had the weightless color and then just start lightly tapping on the dark color right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to just start, because there's really nothing on, there's just a little bit of weightless on here, but I can start going like that to kind of, so I'm kind of brushing, I'm kind of brushing away the darkness right there with the other brush. in this area too. Using that one size one, it's just almost turned this into like this cool tone eye. I like that mixture of the color now. I really like that. With, just gonna clean that up a little. Okay. All right. And usually afterwards, I just take my expert brush again, the Real Techniques, and I just kind of blend this little area here.